20-yard line. And our attention here turns to Latavius Murray. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case,
just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Out left side here to Bryant. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Let's go. All right, here we go.
Carr now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help you too.
Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Now Lynch. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
He's got his man here. It's Green. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down, here's Lynch. Catch here, left side. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Now Lynch on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jihad Ward, the rookie out of Illinois. drop him for his 5th sack of the year. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, yeah, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. And now Lynch. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Running for it. Here's Anderson. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that one, that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And now Oakland ready to take the field.
We ready? Ready, 18.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Out left side here to Bryant. A good pickup there at 22. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
All right, here we go.
Carr now on 1st down. Surveying the field. He's going to rifle one. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Dez Bryant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the they were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And it's blocked. And the Broncos have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there was a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt. And the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line to get that 4th down stop.
Gave up no points in a situation where you expect at least 3 to go on the board. I have a feeling that after that stop, maybe a few taunts went across the way that said, maybe next time, guys, you might want to kick it.
We'll see if they can get another stop on this drive. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On 1st down, it's Lynch. Green's got it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A fake to Anderson, now it's Lynch. Finding time. On the right side, caught by Green. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
But right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Lynch. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The first-time All-Pro in 2015, Khalil Mack, coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Now it's Lynch. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll come out in the pistol. Here we go. Lynch on 4th down. He's got time. He's going to let it fly. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Second down now after the incompletion. Carr going to throw here. They'll roll him out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd. Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And quickly, they get to the line. On 2nd down, Lynch. He's got time in the pocket, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Lynch. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Britton Colquitt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taking it about the 16. Look at this spin.
Balance.
Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
He's going to rifle. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So deja vu all over again. Another good week. And now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. McCarron going to throw it here. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Rob Gronkowski with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get lit from a little. I know you're terrified by what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave to lust, hard building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out. Like don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Give up what your friends think. Tell they bougie. Go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap. Tell them break your neck. Go and bust a rhyme. Going down, pass it around, hey. What with me now, we running well, hey. And nobody can, we on the town, hey. Never come down, I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same old song. I feel like dog, I'm about to drop the bomb. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might
right, Larry, for only the second time ever in the regular season and first since 2005, the NFL has come south of the border to amazing Mexico City. Esta noche, another installment in the International Series, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Well, partner, even though my...
Left field, call it. Babe Ruth, ball it. Your boyfriend's got a cauliflower, and I'm a... So sue me. Who you, Judge Judy? Stacking the rubies. If life was a movie, then you could just call me the Goonies. You're not relevant. Trolling on the internet. No respect. Haven't moved out of your parents' basement yet. Big neck. Coming with the beat that's gonna break your neck.
You can hear me now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud. Can you hold it down? 'Cause we can hold it down. Yeah, you can hear me now. Coming to your city, sending bass into your earlobes, like your bleached out hairdos. We glowing in the dark, got the spark, about to flare the fuse. That's just how we do. Geronimo, parachute, skydiving off your parents' roof. Saw the magician's assistant in half, like who the are you? Who the are you? Who the are we? We be the dudes who just come over to water the lawn. We don't say hi, we just come over to walk your dog. We nice like that, we super nice like that.
You can hear me now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud. Can you hold it down? 'Cause we can hold it down. Yeah, you can hear me now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Carolina Panthers and the Oakland Raiders. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. On first down, McCarron. Gronkowski got it on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Here we go now.
On first and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So second and 10 here. Back to the air on second down. It's McCarron. Wide open, Gronkowski. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Let's go.
Throwing on first. Here's McCarron. This will be caught at about the 3. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Gronkowski, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders have taken the early lead. Just how they wanted to start this one, in the end zone on their first possession.
And that just happened. How about that play right there? As you said, opening possession, setting the tone for everything. And I'm going to look forward a little bit now because everyone should be celebrating his catch in the end zone. The tight end gets a little bit of love. But if you're a receiver on the team, you should be thinking to yourself, boy, oh boy, things are going to open up the rest of the game if they have to focus on him as well.
Time running out here on the play clock.
Delay of game, offense.
Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And what about this offense, Charles? Specifically, what about Jonathan Stewart?
He makes sure everything goes. Put the ball in his chest and watch him run. Can run with power inside, but has enough speed that when he gets outside, he can cause a lot of trouble.
They go play action with Stewart. Now Newton. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He hits Stewart in the flat. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
Newton now to throw. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Mike Cyphers now in his 14th season on to punt it away.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it, and that'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type...
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is. Team has the advantage. Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see when they come up.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down at That's a Panther sack. The 2015 All-Pro Thomas Davis coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down for a loss of 5. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And the offense lining up. McCarron on first down. Surveying the field. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play. But look for them to try it again later.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. On first and 10, here's A.J. McCarron finding time. Now he's flushed out right. And he maybe makes it back to the... line of scrimmage, that's it.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on first and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Throwing, Cook. He's got the hook up to Andre Holmes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Andre Holmes, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out. And he's
looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. So possession changes hands on the final play of the first quarter. 14-0 is our score. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They take over first and 10 following the interception. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people.
And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They come up in an offset eye. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Stewart is the lone setback. He'll get the football here. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. He's taken right on the 30. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Let's go.
Now Cook. Flushed out right. This will be caught at the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the silver and black continue to roll. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab on. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Ben Heaney in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Following the penalty, here's Stewart. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go now. 3:19. 3:19.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. So we've reached halftime here. And okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden. And we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead. And we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
We got 4. Set. 180.
They start the third quarter on the ground with Stewart. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long.
Khalil Mack's no different than any other player in the league. He's always looking for respect from his peers. I think when you make all play at 2 different positions, you get big respect.
First guy ever to do that, by the way, and second in the league behind J.J. Watt. 23 tackles for loss last year.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Got 3 down. 3 down.
Now Stewart on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Look at that play by Khalil Mack. Another tackle for loss. I don't know how you game plan against him because he can do a little bit of everything, and he does it with such an explosive flair, too.
On second down, they run with Stewart, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Here's Newton now on second down. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it second down. Now it's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. It's complete to Brown, right side. And out of bounds right around the 20. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field.
Back now in the East Bay. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. draw play. Newton to Stewart. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
On second down, here's Newton. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. From the gun on third down, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Throwing, Cook. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40. And after that rough game last week, you see the improvement here in this one, no doubt. I thought they might defensively take the blueprint and try to hold him down, but whatever they've tried to do, it hasn't worked as well.
And I think the reason it hasn't worked as well is that they found the gaps between coverage. And what I mean by that is ordinarily, with a player of this caliber and stature, try to make sure you're on him right off the line of scrimmage. Bump him, get him off his route. What he's doing, though, is getting off the line of scrimmage, and before the second guy can get involved in the play, the ball's being delivered. That allows him to get upfield and make even bigger plays.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
They're going to look to throw. This is caught. Gronkowski. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Now Cook. He's got time. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now he's at that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
No, she's singing.
She's on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. 4 down. Change. 4 down.
They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Reggie Nelson, the free safety, in on the stop. See if they stay on the ground for second down. To throw on second down is Newton. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Fresh set of downs here. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish. Now, whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, it's Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And here we get a look at Stewart down on the ground still. Hope this isn't anything serious. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Second and 10. Newton again. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense.
Hey. Four down.
Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Newton, fourth down. And Ginn's got it. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Newton on first down. It's brought in right side by Ginn. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And this looks to probably be the final play.
So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Raiders, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.
Turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates, but they won't let it in. I told the devil, I said, I ain't trying to sin. Yeah. No, I ain't trying to sin. Yeah. Pray to the Lord that he let me in.
everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We have a couple of confident teams coming into today's game. Both walked off the field with victories last time out. It's the Bills going up against the Raiders. A lot of uncertainty about the future home of the Raiders, but for today, their home is still Oakland, California. And that's where we'll find our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, apart from a 13-year gap in L.A., we are at the home of the Raiders since 1966. But how much longer will they be playing football in Oakland, California? Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they're in a real groove of late, winners of 5 of their last 6 games. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This one fielded at the 5. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led by a former national champion at Alabama. It's A.J. McCarron.
One thing I don't think you ever have to worry about when A.J. McCarron gets an opportunity is confidence and belief in self. He has it in full measure, and he utilizes it very well, carrying it out onto the field and leading his team.
First and 10. Here's A.J. McCarron. And got his man complete. And they got 29 yards there. Good enough for an Oakland first down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what they play man coverage against you. He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Dez Bryant, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They're led out by their mobile quarterback, the 6-year man. It's Tyrod Taylor.
I've always loved Tyrod Taylor's mobility. I love his footwork, his ability to escape, but his underrated arm. Accurate downfield throwing, that's what I really like about his game.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. A gain of 35 that time. And it'll be a Buffalo first down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Here's the first carry from LaShawn McCoy. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well. But that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now a first down carry here for McCoy, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
On second down, here's Taylor. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
So on fourth down, here comes a field goal unit for the Bills, led by Dan Carpenter. From the left hash, this from 37. And Carpenter knocks it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Second down following the incompletion. McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's third down. Quickly now, a look at the Buffalo defense.
Whenever we talk about Zach Brown, the first thing that comes to mind is speed. He can absolutely fly at the linebacker position.
Now here's McCarron on 3rd. Cooper's got it. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on first. Here's McCarron. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they're able to get this one down to the 25.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, McCarron. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming out.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. But they face a second and long to start things out.
Here we go.
Again, it's McCoy. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go. Offense faces a third and medium with 6 yards left.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Fielded at the 33. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Player spotlight time, and that player spotlight is shining on A.J. McCarron. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to... Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one caught left side by Cooper. He got 29 yards that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Rob Gronkowski hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I-formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything. Block, run, and catch. Beautiful connection for a touchdown.
Janikowski now for the point after. The play clock's running down. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, That was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Come on, let's go. Ryan 38. Ryan 38.
On second down, it's McCoy. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The quarterback, Sean Smith, comes up to make the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Taylor with a give to McCoy. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
The backup running back, Carlos Williams. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Back now, as I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Well, thank you. Now they'll throw with Taylor. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now A.J. McCarron and the offense heading back onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. McCarron to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep and almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
That was second down run for Murray. He juked him, and they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Raiders right now are doing a good job protecting their house. The Bills, on the other hand, want to quiet this crowd and turn things around. All right, let's roll those highlights. Early in quarter one, Bryant's got the catch here, and this goes 36 yards for the score, giving them an early lead. Third down from the 26. Cooper's got the catch in traffic, and he'll end up picking up 23 yards on the play. An interception would get the defense off the field.
So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Bills now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now it's Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Jihad Ward, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
One man on the backfield. That's McCoy. Off the play fake. Here's Taylor. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he's able to get it out of there. Taken right around the 44. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Gronkowski the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Throwing on first. Here's McCarron. And he fires one incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. That'll bring up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. And McCarron will try again on second. Flush to his right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
A.J. McCarron looking to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And here come the Bills. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll go again to McCoy. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to bring up the third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. He'll get it running right. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
I know the focus is LaShawn McCoy here, but the defense is doing a really nice job. He's nowhere near his normal yardage total in this game.
Yeah, such a prolific rusher, well up over 6,000 for his career. How have they kept him down?
Well, a lot of gang tackling, getting to the point of attack with a number of people, not creating any creases or cracks for him to find his way through. Because you know, with that agility and vision he had, he could always pop a big run.
Now Taylor, he's got time in the pocket. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Colton Schmidt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Now let's go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Back to the air on second down. It's McCarron. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A very solid gain of 27. And he is enjoying another fine performance just like a week ago.
It's because it creates a ton of headaches. You try to design so many coverage for a guy like this, but truthfully, he should have an answer to anything that's thrown at him. If you throw a linebacker at him, he should have speed and agility on his side. If you throw a defensive back against him, he should have size on his side. So no matter what you throw at him, he should have the final answer. And in his last 2 games,
he has.
Oh, boy, has he ever.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. On 1st down, McCarron. This is caught. Gronkowski. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. And quite the turnaround here. These numbers tell the story game to game. And what did he tell us before the game?
Well, he told us that he was going to be on point today. That last week was gone, wasn't too worried about it. I was also judging his demeanor a little bit, too. It's one thing to say it, but he certainly looked like he was locked in and ready to go for this one. What'd you think?
Absolutely. Had a face of stone. He said he was going to be ready, and that has proved to be the case. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation...
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Janikowski on for the extra point. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.